Exclusive.
Hi, I am Red Eye Sports Editor Chris Sosa, and we have a very special treat for you today because in studio with us is 2012 NASCAR Sprint Cup champion Brad Keselowski. Brad, thank you so much for joining us today.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
And Brad Keselowski comes off the corner. Hole in one for the captain. Checkered flag for Keselowski.
Wow.
What a weekend.
Wow.
The first race in the chase for the Sprint Cup is Sunday here at Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet. Brad is one of 16 drivers vying for that title. Obviously, he wants to get back on top. Just how excited are you for this race? Can you just not wait for it to start?
Yeah, well, Chicago is one of my best tracks, so we've been very fortunate to win 2 of the last 3 races there, and that one of those wins catapulted us to our first championship in 2012. So we'd like to do that again, like to repeat that, and I feel like we've got a great shot at it. We've had a really good team and a really good season with the Move Our Life forward, so we're ready.
What is it about Chicago that makes it such a good track for you?
Chicago, the racetrack, has a couple kind of unique features to it, which put it apart from some of the other tracks that I really like about it. It's really fast for one. Whenever we come here, obviously here in the fall months, the temperatures are down, so the cars are a little bit faster, make a little bit more grip. The track itself has a lot of banking, which is the angle on the track that really holds grip in the car. So that makes the cars go even faster with the cold weather. Yeah. But then to go with that, it's kind of got this interesting contrast in the sense that the pavement's very worn out and very bumpy, much like a Chicago road, right? And what that does to the car is it makes the car really fast, and you can be very aggressive driving it when you start the race. But as the race goes on and the tires take all that abuse from that bumpy, rough asphalt, the car slows down a lot. So as a driver, it's almost like you have to switch gears mentally and drive the car 2 different ways, one really aggressive and one with a lot of finesse and technique to be successful. Something about that is just something I've taken well to.
Well, you've only been here, a couple of days now, and you're already talking like a Chicago expert. So to get people prepared a little bit more for the race, we're just going to give you some sentences that you need to finish that have to do with either this race or your time in Chicago. All right,
let's do it. I'm ready.
All right.
Challenge here.
First one, my team will win the chase for the Sprint Cup title if
we win a lot of races. You got to win, especially Homestead, and be consistent.
All right, next one. The 3 words I would use to describe the Chicagoland fans are...
3 words: beer, drinking, NASCAR. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
I think Chicago fans would actually be okay with that.
Yeah, but beer drinking, I am too. I'm sponsored by Miller Lite. It works out great.
Absolutely. All right, next one. If there's one driver I hate losing to more than any other, it would be?
Growing up, it would have been my brother, but I don't race with my brother anymore. So I don't know if I really have one driver now.
No? Is there more than one that you want to put in that category?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah. I don't like to lose it all.
All right. If I win the chase, the first thing I will buy with my winnings is?
This is a good question because I've thought about this a lot. I'll probably end up just paying bills off. I got a lot of bills.
You got some bills hanging over?
Got a lot of bills. So first thing I will buy is out of debt.
No, that's important. It's a good lesson for everybody monetarily in America.
It's not really that sexy. It's just being fiscally responsible.
Well, no, hey, no one said this has to be a non-educational show.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, next one. The one food I crave at the end of each race is?
Food. See, now drink would be a beer or water.
Sure.
Because you're dehydrated. But food, usually some kind of bread. I really crave bread. I try really hard not to eat bread, but for some reason, when a race is over, I really want bread.
You need those carbs right after a race?
Yeah, something to kind of recharge. But
did you have any of that stuff waiting for you at the track?
No. It's usually like you get done with a race, you're like, oh God, I'm so hot and sweaty, sticky too for whatever reason. Kind of weird. But so you take like a shower or something like that, and you get done like, oh, I'm starving. And you like look through the fridge and you're like, oh, I don't have anything left to eat. And that's pretty much how that goes. And go home.
Hey, well, maybe will be your next sponsor. Someone give you some bread. Give the guy some bread at the end of the race for crying out loud. All right, I got one more on this track for you, all right? This is related to your trip to the Wiener Circle here in Chicago earlier today.
Yeah.
That's always an adventure, even if you're not a NASCAR driver. My comeback the next time I go to the Wiener Circle would be, because they're very big on being smart asses over there. To say
they are. Actually, I like to be flirtatious.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure they
Especially
love that over
when,
there.
yeah, because that's how I feel like you kind of counteract. Like they play the whole tough guy, like, you know, screw you, you're not getting any food today. And I've always found the best way to get around that is to be really flirtatious, and it seems to like win them back over.
Okay.
So I would probably say something flirtatious like, sweetie, your smile is way too pretty to be that angry.
I might try that next time I'm at the Wiener Circle or wherever it might be.
Yeah, and if it's a dude, I don't know what to say.
We can think about that for the next time you're in Chicago.
Yeah.
Next year.
I went to the Wiener Circle, and it was a girl, so
Yeah.
I complimented her smile.
It worked.
It does. Charm your way out of it. That's my tip for the day if you're from Chicago and you go to the Wiener Circle.
Well, speaking of being charming, we could have introduced you as the bona fide star of Sharknado 3. You know, you and Mark Cuban and all the other
I don't know if I was a
stars
star, but they did name the movie off my line.
Absolutely. Well, we want to tap into that a little bit today here by letting you use just the one line, but in reaction to different scenarios. You ready for that? All right,
Let's go.
You got to use your acting. All right, so we're going to use this camera here.
I got to get into my zen as an actor. Okay.
Meditate.
I'm
All
ready.
right.
Brad Keselowski, Sharknado 3.
When my team of agents first brought me the script, my assistants read it to me. It tormented me.
Hell no. Oh, hell no.
He's exploring the character.
All right, just using oh hell no.
Okay.
You get a flat tire in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. This is more like the really version of oh no. Oh
Okay.
hell no. It's like, oh hell no. Kind of like really, you know?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
All right, next scenario for you. Someone repaints your race car in Ohio State colors. Because you're a big Michigan fan.
I'm a Michigan guy, yeah. So how would I answer that? Oh, that's definitely the full-on yell, the full-on, oh, hell no! It's just a little bit different. And there's not like that questioning feel at the end.
It's totally different. I totally.
It's more
got
of a
where you're going.
statement, like.
And I hope,
not
honestly,
cool,
no
dude.
one ever does that to you.
Thank you.
That would be
Me
terrible.
too.
Speaking of Michigan,
Okay.
Michigan loses on a last-second Hail Mary. How do you oh hell no that?
I feel like you need some physical reaction to go at that. So that's more of a like a standing oh hell no, like a standing stomp, like oh hell no, like that kind of reaction.
You know, I think
Like
that
you
plays
need a
out.
physical character to go with it.
And there are about, what, 105,000 people who would be doing that with you at the same time.
Yeah, you'd be in the same company. Yeah.
All right. A little bit different track on this one. Say your baby son leaves you a smelly gift in his diaper. How do you oh hell no that?
I think that's a cute oh hell no. Oh,
There you go.
it's more of a cute like I still love you anyway. Hell
Everything's
no.
cute with babies, so
Yeah,
you can't be mad.
Oh
no?
hell no.
Good. You go to your fridge only to find out someone has taken your last Miller Lite, especially after a long race.
It's a serious situation. How do I answer that one? Is that person in the room?
Let's say they are in the room.
Let's say that they're in the room. Okay, that's
So you
important.
can react to them instead
So
of
you're
just
reacting to them instead of just yourself.
Yes.
So it'd be like,
You see them with the Miller Lite in their hand.
I think that's when you might add in like a little bit of a zing to it and say, oh, hell no. You know, like, I think you add a little zing to that one.
I got you. That's something like you might see at the Wiener Circle, too. You could probably bring that one
Yeah,
out there, too.
fair enough.
You should teach them to do that.
I think you exaggerate the, HE double hockey sticks.
All right, so last two. You run out of gas on the last lap while leading a race. I know, this is not anything you ever want to see happen.
That's usually when you get into the really coarse, like vulgar.
Ooh.
Yeah, like very vulgar, like gravelly. That's where like shouting, more like, oh hell no! Like.
I got it. I mean, I'm afraid. I don't want to be on your crew if that happens.
It's more
man.
gravelly, it's just got a little deeper content.
Ugh, visceral feeling to it, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, so last one. Say the IRS wants to audit you. I mean, really, why would they want to audit Brad
You know, they
Keselowski
do
fan.
like to go after race car drivers, I've noticed. Not that I've been audited or need to be audited.
Oh, cross your fingers.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's okay.
So what would I say to an IRS guy? You don't want to be like too over the top, because then you kind of look suspicious, right?
You might make it worse.
Might make it worse, right? On the other side, I think you want to have more like an authoritative state. So
You're trying to tell them, hey, there's nothing wrong here, right?
you want to
What are
have
you
a
thinking?
confident
Ooh,
vibe.
confident. All right.
Confident vibe. Like, I got nothing to hide. It's like, oh, hell no.
All right. See, I'm going to take all these oh hell no's and find a place to use them because your acting is that much fun.
They put me on Sharknado, so clearly I'm not that good. But I did have a blast. I can tell you that.
Well, I imagine everyone's going to have a blast watching you race and getting used to all those potholes and, well, not potholes, but gravelly feel of the Chicagoland Speedway
Very
track,
gravelly.
which is fast. But hey, if it's a very fast track, that's what people are going to want to see. Is there anything else you want to say to the
Great
fans?
challenge. Great
before
challenge.
they come out on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, we hope to see a lot of fans out at the racetrack. The great thing about Chicagoland Speedway is that it's one of those places that seems to get better with time. As it ages, the racing continues to get better. We saw, in my opinion, the best race we've ever had at Chicago last season, and I'm expecting a great race this weekend at Chicagoland Speedway. So hope to see you guys there. First race of the chase.
Brad Keselowski, everybody.
Thank you.